Arlington has won the Super 8 Massachusetts State Championship.
And welcome everybody to the campus of Arlington High School, where ACMi Sports presents boys varsity basketball action. Tonight we have the Arlington Spy Ponders squaring off against Middlesex League rival Stoneham Spartans. My name is Rob Anthony. Alongside me is Scott Zwick. And Arlington comes into the contest 10-4 overall, 9-3 in conference play. They are tied with Wakefield for second place in the Middlesex League. Stoneham comes in with a record of 3-10 in overall, 1-10 in conference play. Home Tuesday night, Scott, and the Spy Ponders are coming off a big and important win last Friday night against the Lexington Minutemen.
They won a key game at Lexington. They had smoked Lexington at home. They went on the road. Gascoigne scored his 1,000th point. OT, close nip and tuck game. They won 69-66 to win their 5th game in 6 contests. So the Spy Ponders are rolling. They look to keep it going tonight against a struggling Spartans club.
And so you mentioned James Gascoigne had 1,000 points. That's a heck of a high school career. Talk to us about what kind of achievement that is.
It really any 1,000-point accomplishment is a longevity. A mark that says that you've been around the program for a long time, that you've been dedicated to improving and playing the game of basketball here at Arlington High or whatever school you're at when you get 1,000 points. And it's a credit to James's work ethic and dedication to the program.
Wearing number 4, Connor Gilmartin.
And so we have the starting lineups for tonight for the Stoneham Spartans. Starting at guard will be number 4, Connor Gilmartin. Number 10 at guard will be James Katowski.
Starting at guard, wearing number 11,
At guard will be Max Vetrano Olsen. He is a guard.
Starting at forward, wearing number 30, Peyton Breda.
Peyton Breda is a forward. He's number 30. And rounding out the starting lineup is number 32, Mike Pachuto. The coach for the Spartans is James Bakeman. Captains for the Spartans, Mike Macbeth, Julio Santana, and Evan Can.
Wearing number 1, Brendan McNamara.
For the Spy Ponders, starting at guard, number 1, super sophomore Brendan McNamara.
Number 23, Stephen McGilvery.
Number 23, Stephen McGilvery, been coming on as late.
Wearing number 14, James Gascoigne.
James Gascoigne, senior captain. Number 14.
Wearing number 0, Nick Corrales.
Nick Corrales will start at guard, number 0. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Spy Ponders, number 24, Captain Sam Swift. John Bowler is the coach of the Arlington Spy Ponders. Jack Woods is the assistant coach. And now we will honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And there we have it. Let's get.
As a reminder, tonight's event is an Arlington High School and MIAA sponsored event.
Let's get ready to play some basketball. And for the Stoneham Spartans, it's a young squad in here tonight. They start 3 juniors, a sophomore, and a freshman.
Partner, this would appear to be one of the classic kind of mismatches you see all the time in high school sports, but we know that here any given Sunday, here any given Tuesday or Friday, any team in high school can beat another team if they kind of rise to the challenge. So one could predict possibly a lopsided affair, but if Stoneham steps up to play and Arlington isn't quite on top of their game, you could see a close contest tonight.
So Arlington controls the tip. Gascoigne has it under the hoop. He lays it up and in just like that. Ponders run out to a 2-0 lead.
And Gascoigne gets his 1,000th point last game, which has got to be a big weight lifted off his shoulders. Stoneham starts out in the 2-3 zone. Arlington knows just what to do with that as Gascoigne drops the cup and lays one in. And
the stout man-to-man defense of the Spy Ponders is giving Stoneham a hard time early, although Stoneham drains the three. That's Max Vetrano-Olsen, and just like that, 3-2 Spartans.
Vetrano-Olsen with a hand right in his face. Splash from way downtown. Bang. Impressive start for the Stoneham Spartans.
And the Spartans start down in the zone. Diving to the hoop is Gascoigne. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Stoneham.
Gascoigne brimming with confidence early. A little dribble drive to the cup. Couldn't finish through contact.
Katowski dribbling against McNamara. Gives it up. Pick in the pocket that time is Nick Corrales, and he does what he does best, but unfortunately steps on the line. It'll go back Stoneham's way.
Corrales, one of the deflection kids on the Spy Ponders, really adept at getting his hand in passing lanes. And you saw right there, not only deflection, but a full-fledged steal.
And up and in goes James Katowski, 5-2, Stoneham.
Katowski dribble, drives, finishes through contact. The Spartans look confident early.
And Stephen McGivelray answers with a lefty at the hoop.
McGivelray powers through and finishes at the cup. Both teams effective offense early, but the tale is right now you're seeing Stoneham Spartan playing with confidence on offense when the Spy Ponders are invading their space.
McNamara picks up full court. Ball's getting stuck for Stoneham. Now they swing it around the horn. Having a hard time figuring out what to do with it here. What they do with it is almost throw it away. 7 left on the shot clock. 5. Player has to make a decision. Player has to shoot. 2. And that'll be a shot clock violation forced by Arlington.
Spy Ponders effective defense doing what they do best, denying one pass away. The Spartans made a couple of unforced errors and players were in no man's land.
And Sam Swift has an open look. Can't go down. Here comes Stoneham.
Stoneham looking for early offense against this aggressive defense by the Spy Ponders. The calling card of any John Bowler team. Deny one pass away. Make it difficult for teams to set up their offense. The way to combat that is look for early offense and fast break and secondary break opportunities.
And Corrales picks his pocket, takes it all the way to the rack, and he draws a foul. Nick Corrales with his second steal of the ball game.
Nick Corrales was out with an injury early in the season, and he is a game-changing player for the Spy Ponders. Not necessarily someone who's going to fill up the stats with points and rebounds, but someone that's going to get deflection, steals, and is a game changer, kind of a pace setter, someone that really embodies everything that the Spy Ponders are all about under Coach Bowler.
That is just flat larceny from Corrales. He does that 3 or 4 times a game, it seems, as he drains both free throws. He just picks the pocket clean. Ponders picking up with a full court trap. Trying to create a little confusion here. Stoneham will get the shot off. It's a long 3. That's long. That was Vetrano-Olsen trying again. Here comes Corrales. Over to Swift. Into Gascoigne. Gascoigne turns and deals. McGivelray with a rebound. No. Tipped up and can't get it to go. Gascoigne, McGivelray. No. This time, Gascoigne puts it over the rim, and McNamara comes with it. So about 6 shots at the hoop that time by the Ponders. They recover.
And the 7th is a charm. Bing, bang, boom for Gascoigne, who couldn't get the flush to go, and there's a steal by Corrales.
Into Swift, and Swift gets two, and the Spawners rush out to a quick 10-5 lead.
The pressure is getting to the Stoneham Spartans, who can do effectively clear the press that time, but here come the Spy Ponders again with the effective pressure.
Nice rebound that time by Stoneham on the Swift miss. They're down by 5, 4:30 to go in the first quarter.
Spy Ponders hitting the offensive glass early with decent looks at the basket.
And that was a little bit too easy for James Katowski. He gets an unimpeded run to the hoop and lays it in, 10-7.
A little give and go for the Spartans, something that does work against pressure. A little ball fight by Gascoigne. He aggressively goes to the basket and finishes through contact of his own.
6 point for Gascoigne, 12 for the Spy Ponders. They take a 12-7 lead, and again, Nick Corrales pokes the ball out of bounds.
Nick Corrales, partner, I said he was a game changer. He's the type of player, we saw that deflection early, then we saw the strip steal and foul at the basket. Those are the kind of things that get a pep in the step of his club, and that's one of the reasons they're leading 12-7.
Katowski picks up his dribble, has to find something to do with it, and throws it out of bounds. That's a mistake, picking up the dribble against this aggressive man-to-man defense.
You hit the nail right in the head there, partner. They picked up his dribble where he shouldn't, and Sam Swift said, well, I'm not going to let you pass the ball one pass away, and he threw the ball out of bounds. Here's Swift trying to connect his way downtown.
Here comes Stoneham. Katowski will handle the ball again against pressure from McNamara. Gets it over the half-court line, looks to McNamara, gives him problems. That was not a traveling violation. He picks up the dribble again.
The Spy Ponders do a wonderful job of invading the space of ball handlers, and you saw the effectiveness it can have right there where McNamara got the steal, and then he goes down and gets the rebound, and a beautiful bounce pass there. Finishing at the cup is Ian Ciaz Grant.
And a traveling call against Stoneham. The Spy Ponders will recover, and so Coach Scott Zwick. So John Bowler's got to love that bounce pass. That is just the way they teach it in practice.
Absolutely. The McNamara grabbed the rebound, did what he's supposed to do, what a guard is supposed to do when they grab the rebound. That's dribble the ball themselves. A good guard grabs the rebound, pushes the ball ahead, which he did. Got himself to the point where his dribble drive was stopped. Once it did, a beautiful bounce pass to Ciaz Grant, who knew just what to do with it.
So we have 3:09 left to go in the first quarter. 14-7 Spy Ponders. Gascoigne leads all scorers with 6 as you get a good look at the Arlington cheerleading squad. Do a nice job here helping the fans get into the game and having some fun on a Tuesday evening. So Ponders are getting a little bit of separation early, but it's too early for them to get comfortable.
Oh, the calling card of the Bowler Woods team is that the pressure comes and it sustains and maybe even grows as the contest wears on. So they know they can't let up. And right now they're in a dogfight for the division title, for the conference title, and every game counts, every possession counts. Everything they're doing out in this basketball court is meaningful.
And Gascoigne goes strong to the cup, gets his 8th point, 3rd layup, 16-7 Ponders.
You would think that, and another unforced error there, you would think that Coach Bakeman for Stoneham is in this zone because he wants to help protect that middle, but the zone is getting really stretched out to the point where James Gascoigne is just one-on-one. He knows just to dribble, drive, take 2 giant steps, and finish right at the hole, something he's been doing for 4 years here at Arlington High.
And they say that ball was off Arlington. They're going to give it back to Stoneham. Stoneham and Arlington's mixing up their full court defense, this time picking up man-to-man.
Well, they have 2 full court man-to-man defenses. One is the one you saw right there, which is just full court man-to-man where they turn the ball handler. The other one is where they trap and then try to trap from behind and once over half court.
And that was number 4, Will Clifford for 2. Scoring coming easy now for the Spy Ponders.
And you see the pass there from James Gascoigne. He's showing it all on the court. The 1,000-point scorer who will be playing his college ball at, oh my gosh, I can't remember.
Could it be Emerson?
It is Emerson. The professor always knows.
Up ahead to CNS Grant again. Again, a look from Brendan McNamara. Again, CNS Grant lays it in. That's 20-7 Spy Ponders. Minute 57 left in the first quarter.
And the Spy Ponders are looking again for deflections and steals as a player again picks up his dribble too early. And seeing as Grant is Johnny on the spot. Here he goes to the basket.
Nick Krause will tee up a three from the corner. No. Stoneham recovers down 13, minute 37 left. Stoneham's been taking a while to get the ball into their offensive set.
And that's just what the Spy Ponders want their defensive pressure to do, is make it difficult for them to either get into their offense, and when they do, to have their offense pulled way away from the basket. And that starts with heavy pressure on the ball handler. The term is turn them. Turn them once, twice, three times if possible. And Brendan McNamara is doing a phenomenal job. Not only that, but invading his space to the point where making it actually difficult for him to physically move forward. So he's got not only a body in front of him, he's got a body to work through. And that's really the key to their defense and what's making them so effective early on.
And James Bakeman calls a timeout that time. He's trying to save the Stoneham possession so this one doesn't slip away early. John Bowler doesn't have a whole lot to say. Spy Ponders are on the court, and we're seeing Jelani Joshua for the first time. He takes the court with Corrales, CNS Grant, Philip Cherry Jr. into the ball game, and Will Clifford.
No, those, this late in the season, you've been practicing for, hundreds of hours, and, timeout like that where you're kind of rolling. Coach Bull, you're not going to have a whole lot to say in the huddle. Maybe a little joke, maybe, keep things light, keep the positive vibes going. But if you get on your guys now or really try to overcoach you, they're going to look at you and say, my coach, 20-7, we're playing outstanding out here. You got to keep your credibility.
There you go. 15 on the shot clock, 14. Stoneham taking their time. Cherry Jr. with a bump. Cherry Jr. gets called for the foul. That'll be his first of the ball game for the Spy Ponders. And Coach, this is a pretty quick lineup the Spy Ponders has right now.
Very quick, and so the Spartans have had trouble with the quickness of the Spy Ponders, and Coach Bowler responds by getting even quicker.
On the reset of the shot clock, we've got 28. That's number 33 with a shot that gets missed, Sean Dunham, but Ventrano Olsen is there to clean it up for two.
Well, you'd have to watch the tape to see whose responsibility that box out was, but sometimes the ball just bounces the wrong way, and I suspect that's what happened right there.
Spy Ponders with an 11-point lead, 15 on the shot clock, 52 on the game clock for the first quarter.
So this is kind of a matchup zone defense. I don't like to criticize strategy too much, but that really an extended zone, a matchup type zone, that really plays into Arlington's strength. As you see right there, a wide open little bunny off an inbounds play, something that the Spy Ponders do very well inbounds.
Cherry comes from behind, picks it clean. Here comes CNS Grant ahead to Clifford. And he draws contact. Nice play that time by CNS Grant. Foul that time on Ventrano Olsen. That'll be his first, team second. And Cherry Jr. will go to the line.
Now that play, the little bounce pass there, was actually started earlier in the game. Professor, you pointed it out, where Brendan McNamara made a tremendous bounce pass on the fast break, and plays. Effective plays like that are infectious, and we saw it right there as it was kind of mimicked in the same play, and Clifford was awarded with a pair.
And this is Clifford at the line, not Cherry Jr., my mistake, and Clifford misses them both. Score will remain 20-9, 31 seconds left to go in the half, in the quarter.
Stoneham continues to pick up the dribble where they should not. You don't pick up your dribble unless you're sure what you are going to do with it.
Shot clock is off with 19 seconds left to go in the quarter. Oh, and wide open under the hoop is Jelani Joshua. He gets two.
Spy Ponders are diving towards the basket on a high-low. Very effective offense against this aggressive zone.
1 second. And that time, Katowski had to take the shot, can't get it to go. And that is the end of the first quarter score, folks, with the score. Arlington Spy Ponders 22 and the Stoneham Spartans 9.
Well, an effective, entertaining, and outstanding first quarter for the Spy Ponders, who came out with their trademark aggressive defense, some effective offense against a zone defense that's really made to contest outside shots. But the Spy Ponders are strong and stout in the middle, and Gascoigne got several opportunities at the cup. They moved the ball well. A+ for the Spy Ponders early. For the Spartans, it's 20-9. It's the old adage, no one's going to help you guys out here. You got to figure it out, because this game isn't going to end early, and no one's going to let you come home but before we're done with 4 quarters. So figure it out, keep trying, try something else. Everyone's got to stay positive and pulling in the right direction.
Very distributed scoring for the Spy Ponders. They have 7 players on the board, led by Gascoigne with 8. For the Stoneham Spartans, they have 2 players on the board. That's Vetrano Olsen and Katowski, and they've got to find a way to deal with this Arlington pressure.
They sure do, and the pressure is something that is the calling card of the Spy Ponders every year, but this year it kind of has a little bit more meaning, just because they don't really have those, that 1 or 2 players that are elite level that they've had in the past that they can kind of rely on to carry them when times are tough.
Joshua tips the ball out of bounds. That'll go to Stoneham.
And Rob, that's not to say, I certainly don't want to disparage a 1,000-point scorer like Gascoigne, who is certainly an elite player of his own right, but he's not a player that kind of carries a team on his back. He's kind of a fundamentally sound player, the type of player that does the little things in the big games to win for you. So it's a different kind of elite player. He's just not the player that just does it in volume.
Three-pointer that time. Oh, and that is drained by Stoneham. That is Vetrano Olsen with his second 3 of the ballgame. 22-12, Arlington.
Vetrano Olsen is adept at making 3-pointers from way downtown with a hand in his face. Outstanding young man.
Spy Ponders taking their time going against this zone. Joshua taking a page out of Gascoigne's book, gets the ball in the middle of the zone, turns, puts it up, and draws contact.
And Professor, I don't know if you get the names of these officials here, but this one that has a nice, smooth-shaved head like
Mike Maloney.
Mike Maloney, outstanding. I thought Mike Maloney was going to call a travel there, but he didn't, and that was a really. He was really paying attention to the footwork of Joshua. He didn't travel. It was a little hesitation, jab step, and then he continued with another step. But great job by the officials. This is a learning environment, and the officials can improve, and that's a great job by the official there. I see that called as a travel all the time, and it bothers me.
Officials are Mike Maloney and Paul Noonan. Katowski with the ball again. And he'll launch another 3. This one off the front of the rim. Rebound Swift. Here come the Ponders.
Apparently he likes it better with a hand straight in his face, and there's an errant pass there. One of the rare mistakes early by Brendan McNamara as he was trying to feed 1,000-point scorer James Gascoigne. This will be your trapping defense here.
And they throw it away to Joshua. Joshua over to Swift. And Brendan McNamara will tee up a 3 off the front of the rim.
McNamara says to Swift, if you're going to take it, I will. I think Swift should have pulled the trigger on that. Anytime you get a deflection and a steal and you get an open look from 3, let it go. That's how momentum gets in your corner.
Stoneham struggling to find a shot. Now they do. He throws it up, and he throws it in. Wow. That was number 32, I believe, Mike Picciuto.
NBA action is fantastic. A little continuation there. Wow, holy cow. I'll tell you something. He may have had his hand on him, but I thought James Gascoigne was working hard to recover from a kind of a hard closeout he had there, and was called for a foul and then doubled down on the negativity with an and one call. Ouch.
Stoneham cuts the lead back to single digits, 23-15, 6 minutes to go in the first half. Ponder's patient with that zone. Swift tees up a long three off the back of the rim. Spy Ponder's not so far converting from three-point land.
And they've extended that zone even further. Now is a nice dribble drive to the basket, isn't finished. And a beautiful outlet pass by Gascoigne is finished at the cup by McNamara. And a beautiful timeout, positive timeout by Coach Bowler, which gets me to point out the Stoneham zone defense. I think this is why Coach Bowler called the timeout, partner, is because that defense is so extended now that it's almost a man-to-man. It has man principles, and you can just run your man offense now. They run those two. You can run your high horn sets, anything with a high-low, where you really, if you can get your big men up near the foul line, that's going to force those low guys in the zone to make a decision. How high up am I actually going to come? Because at one point, your zone actually becomes a man if guys cross through or come up high enough. So I'd run that nice high horn, so see if Coach Bowler runs that to kind of make them make decisions down low. And so far it's been pretty effective, but Stoneham's hanging in there. 10-point game, 5 minutes left in the half. Anyone's ball game right now.
25 points for the Spy Ponders on the evening, and I wager that it's 25 points right at the rack. On the flip side, they have not been hitting from downtown. And so they're going to want to try to find a way into the middle of that zone.
No doubt. I don't think any shots they've taken from downtown or outside have been ill-advised. But
no, they're good shots.
Great shots. And if they're not going, you got to go to the places where you know you can make them, and you know you can make them as point blank, and that's from deflections, steals, and inside play. Here's a nice trap.
And the Spartans in trouble here. They'll advise picking up the dribble, and we have a 5-second. And we have a timeout by James Bakeman. Has to use another timeout to try to save a possession.
So if you're watching at home, some people might say, "Well, pick up his dribble. What do you want him to do there?" Well, he's got one choice if he's dribbling that basketball. When that trap comes, he's either got to split it with a hard push, right, and pick up his dribble after he fights through the trap, or he's got to get rid of the basketball. Can't do both. And you can't do neither. So when you hear don't pick up your dribble, it means just that. Either decide what you're going to do and do it with the dribble, or move the basketball to someone else who can maybe do something with their dribble or a pass. So some hard lessons for the Spartans, but they're a young club, and this is where you learn and get better.
Yeah, nobody's going to feel sorry for you in the Middlesex League, certainly, and certainly not the Spy Ponders when they're fighting to keep a hold of second place. And Stoneham has, a nice roster, but they don't seem to have that nifty ball handler. And Coach Sean Bowler is hopping right on that.
Right on it, and this is a learning experience. The best way to learn not to pick up your dribble is to turn the ball over 2 times in a varsity game. You'll learn real quick not to pick up your dribble.
And that time they pass it down court, which is another effective strategy. Get a good shot. No, here comes the Spy Ponders.
That's how you beat the Spy Ponders. Early offense, if it's a three-pointer, let it rip with confidence.
Joshua underneath, and Joshua muscles it in. 2 points. Another 2 for Jelani Joshua.
The real man, Joshua, finishes at the cup.
27-15 Spy Ponders, 4:56 to go in the half. Here comes Cherry Jr. over to Gascoigne. He fakes a 3, and he's whistled for the bunny hop in the pea patch.
Yeah, the bunny hop in the pea patch, and I like to see Coach Bowler letting Gascoigne play on the wing there. He travels there because he doesn't have a lot of experience at that catch and dribble, but Gascoigne will be certainly doing that at the next level, and he's capable of doing it at this level with a little bit of experience. And another steal there by
Nick Corrales.
Nick Corrales.
He feeds Gascoigne. No, Swift with a rebound. It's ripped away from him. Stoneham has the ball. So Nick Corrales centers the ball game and gets his 4th steal within seconds.
Outstanding. Nick Corrales, a game changer for the Spy Ponders. The Spy Ponders are a different team with a player of Nick Corrales' acumen and experience. And there he is with another, deflection. But, Rob, this is the kind of player that, there's a lot of people that look, well, who cares if they got Nick Corrales back? Well, Nick Corrales is a player with varsity experience in the tournament. Hard to get, and a gift when you got it.
And Katowski launches the three. Off the rim, they're going to say that's off Gascoigne. Shot clock will reset. That'll be Stoneham ball.
Stoneham's in a tough spot here. I mean, what do you do if you can't pass the ball to the left, you can't pass it to the right, you're having trouble dribble driving, you're going to do just what happened there and make an errant pass, and there is Nick Corrales. Bing, bang, boom, the Sultan of Steel.
That's Sultan of Steel. Makes it 29-15, 3:49 to go. Once again, Stoneham's in trouble. This time it's McGilvray who strips the ball. Over to McNamara. McNamara to Swift, underneath to Gascoigne, who spins and deals and delivers and scores. James Gascoigne, his 10th point. And a steal from Gascoigne. He draws a foul. He'll go to the line for 2 more.
Nick Corrales is taking over this game on the defensive end with deflections, steals, and overall gritty play. Nick Corrales, welcome back.
And it's 31-15 Spy Ponders.
You know, Corrales, you see.
Was that Corrales? I was looking down. Was that Corrales on the steal?
Beautiful. He
Seventh
just jumped
of the ball
the passing lane, 7th of the game. A beautiful dish to a cutting Gascoigne. But, you know, Nick Corrales is proof that, you know, you don't need to score points to have an impact or even dominate, right, partner, exactly. Dominate a basketball game. And he sets the tone, you know? He sets the tone. He makes a deflection and steal the other play. Kind of shows a player the way. Yeah, you get and just jump the passing lane. It's there, guys. You know, anticipate and react. And, you know, that's infectious.
And now Stoneham really is having trouble getting the ball over the half-court line. Ponders with another steal, and Swift at the line misses the first.
This is where we've seen lopsided scores quite a bit in the last couple of years, both the girls and the boys. And so at 33-15, you know, I know it's hard for coaches to do, especially young ones, but you know, you got to try your best to have a positive attitude right now. Your players are looking at you for answers. They need help here. They don't need to be criticized, and they don't need, as a beautiful finish through contact there. You know, they don't need to be criticized. They need to be shown a way. They need to be shown that there is a way, and that you can help them find it. You know, and we see right there the positive reinforcement that Coach Bakeman has given his players right there. You know, he's coaching. He's not getting down and not getting angry. You get angry at players and they're down 33-17. They're not going to respond. They're going to get scared.
Yeah. That was Katowski at the line. I've been calling Vetrano Olsen Katowski. That is the real Katowski. He gets 2. Ponders by 16. 3 minutes to go in the first half.
So they won't run their man offense. Well, there it is. Yeah, this is their man. I'm sorry. This is one of their sets.
7 on the shot clock. Swift knows it. He will dive all the way to the hoop. No. Rebound Spartans. Gascoigne with a rebound. He cleans it up for 2 more.
Beautiful dribble drive there by Swift, who did a great job protecting the basketball as he tried to finish at the cup through contact, and Gascoigne cleaned up the mess. And partner, I thought that was a reset of the shot clock. I thought Swift hit iron on his ill-advised, not ill-advised, his unsuccessful attempt, but that's neither here nor there. And Stoneham will try to figure out the Spy Ponder aggressive defense, and that's not the way.
Here comes Corrales. Nice dish that time to McGilvray from Swift. 2 more for McGilvray, 37-17.
The football connection showing their effective aggressiveness as some unselfish play by the Spy Ponders. This is impressive, partner. This is impressive and going to is going to get them pointed in the right direction down the stretch.
And once again, Swift to McGilvray. Good connection there. 6 for McGilvray, 39-17 Spy Ponders.
Well, the Spy Ponders are an outstanding out-of-bounds play. I mentioned in a broadcast that I did earlier in the year that Coach Woods is literally the most outstanding and effective out-of-bounds play coach I've ever seen at any level. And a lot of times that has trickled over into the varsity. Last couple of years, not so much, but they're getting some good, effective out-of-bounds plays in this contest, and that's always good to see.
14 on the shot clock, minute 52 left to go in the half. McGilvray with the ball in the middle. He likes that shot. He doesn't take it. Feeds McNamara for three, and McNamara says, kaboom! Brennan McNamara for three.
McNamara understands that the shot clock is running down, and when it's running down, you may have to take a contested shot. And he took that shot with poise and confidence. And that's what happens when a shot clock's going down. You're saying to yourself, I might have to take a shot that I won't normally take, but I'm going to take it with confidence. Exactly what he did there, way downtown bad.
42-17, Spy Ponders pick up in the full court press without any sort of mercy. This time it's broken by the pass. Stoneham will get the shot. That is Picciuto long. Rebound Spy Ponders.
Spy Ponders will press and attack for a half and then let up the dogs. This is varsity basketball, and you've got to take it for one half no matter what, because these players are training and preparing for postseason play and a chance to accomplish great things, and they need every repetition they can get.
Spy Ponders fall back, pick up at half court. Pick up aggressively at half court. Looks like a zone.
Wow, it is a zone. Holy cow, partner. I can't recall the Spy Ponders playing a zone defense in the last couple of years. If it did, it slipped my mind. And that's exactly what that was. That was a 3-2, 1-2-2 type zone, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so. And, you talk about preparing for postseason play. You're up 42-17, 50 seconds left to go in the first half. Well, why not try some new things?
A 1-3-1 trap is what this is. This is a 1-3-1 trap. This is a 1-3-1 trap. So they'll trap. Well, no, they'll go up high enough.
And Vetrano Olsen with a three draws contact. Stephen McGilvray will go to the line. That was Jonathan Kapilian. He's a junior into the ball game who was hassling the ball up front with a lot of encouragement from his teammates. But this time, Vetrano Olsen should get 3 free throws.
Yeah, it was a good card contest. He got a hand a little bit too close. Hand got caught in the cookie jar. But I'll tell you, partner, if there's been one kind of criticism that I will accept as at least a talking point, I don't happen to agree with it, but of the Coach Bowler team over the years is they've been a little too stubborn with their man defense. They really don't have a fallback, and maybe what they're doing here, just what you said. Hey, we're going to at least have another a weapon in our pockets in case we need it in a game that maybe things aren't falling our way.
28 seconds left to go in the half. 12 on the shot clock. Kapilian in the lane, throws up a lefty. Left-handed runner, no. And Stoneham's done a very nice job on the defensive glass, maybe the one bright spot for them tonight.
They've battled hard. They're not a big club. They've boxed out, gotten position, but more importantly, they haven't quit. Tried hard and went after that ball. Don't let the 42-19 score fool you. This team is playing hard.
In and out, hard break for Vetrano Olsen. And with a rebound comes Stoneham. Get a number for you there, folks. Was that Picciuto? It was, with a nice little rebound. Throws it up and in to end the half, but the Spy Ponders double up the Stoneham Spartan. They lead 42-21.
Bing, bang, boom on the effort. Who was that partner?
That was Mike Picciuto.
Yeah, Mike Picciuto decides to effectively accentuate my point about them not continuing to try hard with an outstanding effort play right at the buzzer. But the tail of the half was the Spy Ponders, and they're led by Nick Corrales and his nearly double-digit steals. He was all over the place. He was outstanding. I don't know if he scored a point. Didn't feel like he scored many, if any.
Yeah, he scored 4 points, but I counted him for 7 steals, which is, I mean, does that happen?
7 steals in a half.
In a half.
Not that I can recall.
In a high school game?
I mean, in a high school game. I mean, are you kidding me? You're on tap for 14 in a game. He can get a double-double tonight without getting a rebound. and it's kind of play like that. As I said, it's infectious. He's a senior leader with tournament experience, and if there's any tale of what happened in that half, it's welcome back. And he's been back for a while, I believe.
Yeah,
but, welcome back to impactful play, Nick Corrales.
Well, and his impactful play is absolutely sparking the Spy Ponders. They're doing a great job turning defense into offense when Stoneham has forced them to kind of run an offense and recognize the defense. They've had a little bit harder time.
Absolutely, I personally, I've never liked running an offense against a matchup zone. It's really confused me. Coach Bowler doesn't confuse him at all. He says, okay, we're just going to pass the ball inside, get a nice one-on-one look, and have James Gascoigne go one-on-one and finish at the cup. So I also never had a player of James Gascoigne's skill and dexterity, so maybe that was why I struggled a little bit. But he seems to have a hold of it. The Spy Ponders seem to have a hold of this game, and they're pointing in the right direction.
So that is the first half in the books. 42 Spy Ponders, 21 Stoneham Spartans. And Alex Van Thong, our producer, working the camera. Scott Zwick, the coach, and Rob Anthony sitting in tonight for Don Finland. Will be back for second half action in just a minute.
You are watching ACMi Sports' coverage of Arlington basketball. Where would you rather be than right here and right now?
And welcome back to the Red Gym and to second half action. Once again, the score, Spy Ponders 21, Spy Ponders 42, Spartans 21. I'll run down the scoring. James Gascoigne leads all scorers with 14. Stephen McGilvray with 6. Jelani Joshua with 5. Brendan McNamara with 5. Nick Corrales, 4 points and 7 steals. Cianez Grant with 4. Will Clifford and Sam Swift with 2. And here we go.
Balanced scoring attack by the Spy Ponders, and that's been effective and outstanding.
And then it looks like they're facing a little bit of a zone. They're working around the outside. McGilvray gets an easy run to the hoop, and he'll get 2 more. So the defense, the zone just broke down, and McGilvray put it in.
Shows the value of moving the ball to both sides. Once you do, it's easy for defense to defend on one side, but once you move it to the other, makes them have to make a whole new rotation. Then they got it wide open at the cup.
Martin with a miss, and McGilvray again underneath for 2. McGilvray, that's his 10th point of the ballgame, 46-21.
McGilvray has been outstanding and effective on offense, and he goes for his 6th straight. Gets fouled and is rewarded with 2. McGilvray, outstanding early offense.
McGilvray's having a little scoring spurt, but of late he's had a scoring spurt. The last 3 games, I think, on this court, McGilvray's come up big, and a lot of it's happening at the rack. The lefty loves that shot from bunny range out to about 10 feet from the left-hand side. Been shooting it all his life and seldom misses.
Yeah, McGilvray's one of those players that, we saw maybe attempting some outside shots maybe when he was first experimenting with where his place was on the basketball court. But once these kids figure out, find where you can be most effective and pound that spot, that's when these kids really take off. And a lot of times it's simple and uncomplicated stuff.
That's Vetrano. Olsen finds Picciuto underneath. He throws it up, fights for the rebound. It'll be a held ball that should go Stoneham's way on the alternating possession rule. So Mike Picciuto, a little unorthodox cast at the basket. He's gotten a couple down, but good aggressiveness fighting for the rebound.
McGilvray plays a lot bigger than he looks. He's an excellent rebounder and always likes to mix it up.
And Swift with 2 long strides and a layup. Sam Swift for 2.
The football players are really making their mark on this game as a basketball player gets into it, passing to a soccer player, back to a hoops player for a little give and go. Everybody's getting involved, all the sports represented.
All the sports represented, and John Bowler with a 50-21 lead early in the third quarter calls a positive timeout.
He does call a positive timeout. He kept the pressure defense up, which is a little bit odd, but as we've talked about, they're preparing for something much larger than this single game, and they certainly have come out with a pep in their step, some effective traps, some deflection steals, and players finishing at the cup through and without contact, and Spy Pounders are rolling right now.
I like the look of Brennan McNamara and Sam Swift's shoes. McNamara with the Nikes, Sam Swift with the Pumas, both with, I don't know what you would call that color there, Coach. Is that, and the coach, Scott Zwick, has the exact same color on.
Fire engine red for me.
Fire engine red.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going with these guys?
Well, I don't know.
Kind of an orange, a little bit of an orange.
These are $19.99 on Amazon, so I'm going to guess that theirs are a little bit more effective and outstanding than my sneakers.
Okay. And here comes Stoneham. Tees it up as Katowski. Long rebounds comes to McNamara. McNamara will press it over to Gascoigne. Gascoigne with the up and under. No. Fighting for the rebound, getting it is McGilvray. He'll throw it out to Corrales to Swift. Kaboom! Sam Swift drains a three. Spy Pounders 53-21.
Swift way downtown bang, but it's the effective aggression from Stephen McGilvray, the football connection that keeps the play alive.
McNamara wants a three. And now the basket is just so huge for the Spy Pounders. McNamara drains the three.
The babyface assassin says, wait, don't forget about me. And from way downtown, he's effective and outstanding.
Picciuto answers. That's his 7th point of the ball game. 56-23, Spy Pounders. 5:25 left to go in the third quarter. The giveaway again at the hoop.
The giveaway flexes his muscles and says, we're electric and energized, especially at the basket.
So the Spy Pounders finally come out and toss some threes into the basket. 3 threes. They have 58 points. I now reckon that 52 have come at point-blank range at the bucket.
They have, and they've went inside to out, meaning they've gotten baskets at the cup and then taken them from the outside as an effective and aggressive move to the basket by a Spartan. Who was it?
That was Connor Gilmartin.
Yeah, Connor Gilmartin shows that he's not stopped trying, but the Spy Pounders have shown the value of going inside to out, get the basket to get shots to go at the basket, then let them fly from the outside, and you'll have a little bit more confidence, a little more pep in your step.
8 seconds to go. McNamara will shoot the ball, and it will go over the rim, out of bounds, and that'll be Stoneham ball.
So Babyface Assassin is one of those shooters that when he misses, you're surprised. That's how you know it's a good shooter. And anytime he misses, it's right on target. Oh, gee, that didn't go. I'm surprised it didn't go. Looked like it was on line. You get a shooter like that, that's an outstanding and someone that's going to be an elite shooter. Continuing with the trap, 58-25. Coach, help me out here. I don't want to say something that's out of school, but 58-25, 4:32 left in the third. I'm not really sure what we're gaining by trapping here, but Coach Bowler, a well-respected veteran coach who has had a lot more success at this level than I have. Certainly, we will defer to him here.
Stoneham retreats. Krause with the ball. The baby-faced assassin has it. 18 on the shot clock.
So now they're kind of diving in the middle. They're kind of daring the Spy Pounders to shoot from the outside, and they can do that as McNamara takes it to the basket and can't get it to go. But you look at Corrales; he's passed up about 1 million open looks tonight, and he's an outstanding three-point shooter.
Long three that time. No, that was Gilmartin. Here comes the Pounders. But if you're the Spartans, there's nothing to lose from trying to be aggressive and putting the ball in the hoop here.
Well, the thing with the Spartans is their best chance for effectiveness is early offense as Gascoigne gets a deuce to go. And you may not be shooting well from the outside, but you got to keep shooting them. If that's your best chance to get a basket, you don't stop doing it just because it's not going. And that's where this gets kind of almost just not what this is all about. It's a nice backdoor cut there and finish at the cup. Wow, outstanding move there by
That was
Mike
Picciuto.
Yeah, Picciuto finishes through contact. But, excuse me, Rob, getting back to what I was saying, when these games get lopsided, that's the real challenge for the team that's kind of getting beat down is, can we still execute and make the right choice, even if the right choice isn't effective, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard even for Coach Bakeman to say, yeah, keep doing that if it's not, you throw up a couple air balls, say, well, early offense isn't working for us. But the alternative is no offense or turning the ball over. So kind of pick your poison. And I kind of feel for the Spartans right about now at 60-27. I really do. And they're running flex now, which is going to be very effective against this zone.
Joshua spins and deals, throws it over the rim. We have a whistle. Let's see what Paul Noonan saw. He saw a foul that time against the Arlington Spy Ponders. Stoneham will get the ball underneath. That foul will be against Will Clifford. That's his first.
Well, what you're going to see now is if the Spy Ponders are acting in a way that these officials believe is not in the spirit of the game, they're going to just start blowing those whistles against the Spy Ponders, and that gets the crowd going. Bing, bang, boom. The real man, Joshua, goes up high and comes down hard.
Oh, and Kotowski answers going high against the glass against two Spy Ponders. All of a sudden, some offense breaks out, but the Spy Ponders are celebrating Jelani Joshua's big slam dunk.
Joshua, the real man at the cup, and then back the other way is Kotowski, who finishes through contact. A couple of outstanding plays by both teams.
Something I saw there that I like, Mike Picciuto gave at the free throw line when they were waiting for the shot, gave Joshua a little fist bump saying, nice shot, dude. So some sportsmanship going on between the lines there from Stoneham.
Absolutely, what you like to see. And brimming with confidence, Joshua finishes through contact with the left hand.
That's the 9th point for Joshua at 64-30. Spy Ponders, minute 46 to go. And CNS Grant almost with the steal, but ball goes off him out of bounds.
64-30, 144. If you're not, I'm going to lay off that. So the Spy Ponders continue to trap, almost a steal there by CNS Grant. They'll deny one pass away here. And Stoneham will be tasked with getting effective offense against this difficult and aggressive defense. Good pump fake.
Castrano Olsen gets into the lane, throws it up, no. Ahead of the pack is Clifford. He saves the ball. That time to CNS Grant, but his whistle for the travel.
CNS Grant went through the peep. What is it?
Bunny hop in the pea patch.
He did a little bunny hop in the pea patch. He didn't expect that basketball to come rifling back to him on an outstanding save there. That's a good idea there by Gascoigne. I don't mind that pass at all. Try that that's a play you really can't practice. It's a timing play, but you see your players up ahead and there's nobody in front of them. Let the ball go, because anytime you can get an uncontested hoop at the basket, especially in tournament time, that's really important.
Two more for Kotowski. That's his 11th of the ball game, 64-32, Spy Ponders. So Spy Ponders still have Stoneham doubled up here as the third quarter winds down. 1:05 left to go. Jerry Jr. throws it away to Picciuto. And Picciuto throws the ball away. It went off the hands of Sean Dunham. Dunham had a opportunity to get it, but was bemoaning the pass.
Well, Dunham isn't a guard, and he said, what are you giving it to me for? I'm a forward, and I don't know what to do with it. So, but I tell you, partner, I'm pleased with the effort from the Spartans. I'm sure if Forrest Coach Bakeman would say the same thing. They haven't quit here. They're finishing through contact. They're trying to figure this out. I mean, they've been asked a question. Can you figure this out? How to effectively execute under pressure? And they're trying. They're not stopping.
Clifford with the block. Joshua back to Clifford. Left hand, no. Here comes Stoneham. So Will Clifford with some aggressive play, but not a hoop.
Yeah, both teams kind of getting at it right now, and I think Stoneham is kind of saying, okay, so if you're not going to take off this press, then we got to find something to do against it. And they're not quitting. They're realizing that you know, can't make passes like that though, and that's an aggressive foul, and that is one of the dangers of, you know, kind of turning the tables on a team too hard. You know, tempers can flare sometimes because people have pride. 64-32, and
I don't know that we didn't just see tempers flare there a little bit.
Martinez
Grant and Vetrano Olsen, the two players with hyphenated last names, were talking to each other down here a little bit after Martinez Grant almost got the steal, kind of pointed to the scoreboard, and that time Vetrano Olsen came with a little bit of a hard foul. So we'll see if this escalates.
I mean, I hope not. I mean, that's escalating tempers are not in the spirit of the game, but they're also a part of the game, and you know, as I said, you can only beat a player or team down so much, and to the point where, you know, can't get the long one to go, to the point where you corner a dog, you beat a dog so much, eventually they're going to bite. I mean, and that's not. I'm not suggesting that's going to happen or has to happen here or should happen. I don't think it should happen, but I'm just saying that at 66-32, if tempers were to flare here, it wouldn't. I wouldn't know why.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if I'm getting pounded like that, after a while, I'm gonna get tired of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I'm not gonna try to hurt somebody, but I'm gonna lash out where I think I can lash out, and if it's nowhere within the rules of the game, it's coming out somewhere. That's why officials are always on top, and they've been on top of this game, I think, Rob, from the start.
Well, it's been a clean game. There haven't been a lot of fouls, and we're not predicting anything.
No.
That said, so while we're on the theme, if something's going to set it off, it's the Spy Ponders celebrating a dunk, celebrating a steal. You know, that'll get in the craw of a team that's down, you know, 34 points.
And there wouldn't be an issue with it if you weren't trying to get more deflections and steals for more dunks.
Right,
you know?
right.
That's
right,
all. Okay?
Right.
It's not rocket science.
Right.
We're not saying we can't play the game here.
Here's Clifford with a long three. Kaboom! So Will Clifford showing some range. 69-32.
Clifford way downtown, bang, and the Spy Ponders will pick up at half court, leading 69-32 with 7:37 as the Spy Ponders begin to point their attitudes and aggression and attention towards, you know, the end of the regular season and the postseason. Rob, you know, I don't know if you have the league standings. We can maybe talk about that.
Well, let's talk about that. So the Spy Ponders are tied for second place against Wakefield. With Wakefield. However, Wakefield plays at Belmont. Belmont is 14-0 on the season, 12-0 in the Middlesex League. So you gotta like Belmont in that contest. If Belmont beats Wakefield, then the Spy Ponders are alone in second place. However, the Spy Ponders will play against Belmont next Tuesday, the 12th. So that'll be a big game for them. But you know, the postseason, the goal isn't at this particular time, as Gascoigne lays it up and in. The goal isn't, necessarily second place in the Middlesex League. It is now what? They want to go as far as they can in the tournament, right?
Absolutely. You know, you have a couple of goals going into a season. Certainly one of them is to get the league title, something they've done, I believe, 3 of the last 4 years. And you never concede a league title at all. You're trying to win every game you go into, but you know, you also want to ask yourself, so what are the goals here, right? Okay, so yes, the goal is to win every single game. You want to try to win the game. Certainly you want to try to win a league title, right? They want to win a state title. But what's the overall goal? The goal is to be constantly evolving and improving so that you're playing your best basketball of the season late in the season and when the tournament time comes. And
you want a home game, right?
Absolutely. You're hoping that the hard work you've put in to improve has positioned you in a place that you have a home game. But that said, partner, is a big, way downtown, smooth stroke there by Cherry. But you know, partner, you do want a home game, but you wouldn't want a home game at the expense of not playing your best basketball of the season. If you're not playing well, and you get a home game and beat some team that maybe isn't very strong, and then get wiped out in the next game. What really happened then? You learn that you play well at home against poor competition. If you're playing as strong as you can, then you're at least going to go as far as you're capable of, which I suspect is the overall goal anyway.
Well, and so that raises the question: is this their best basketball of the season? I mean, this is the best basketball I've seen the Spy Ponders play. However, playing against a Stoneham team that is young and struggling to have some success could have a lot to do with that.
I agree. They've played very effectively against poor competition this year. They've struggled against some superior teams. Belmont comes to mind, but Belmont's kind of in another class right now. That said, Belmont is an enigmatic type team that nothing really would surprise me out of them. The Spy Ponders, meaning I wouldn't concede anything with just 3 losses in the league. But the Spy Ponders have shown that they can compete with anybody in the league, and I think that that the return of Nick Corrales is going to be huge.
Yeah,
it's a game changer for him.
So the score with 5:18 left to go in the ball game is, and that's a nice block from Jonathan Capillion, and Owen Olson, number 3, is into the ball game. Olson, a sophomore guard, with the score 76 Spy Ponders, 32 Stoneham. Let's talk about Belmont, and they've got Yardamian. What's his first name? Do you remember his first name? He's Yardamian is offensive. Danny Yardamian, offensive juggernaut from Belmont, but the Spy Ponders come calling with a very effective defense, and they're going to probably Coach Bowler will try to figure out some answers there.
No doubt, and hey, I've been touting Yardamian for 3 years on Twitter, on Instagram. This is an outstanding basketball player. Let's also call a spade a spade. Yardamian is a 5'11" guard. Okay, this is not a player that, if he was taken out of a basketball game and shut down for one contest, would surprise anybody at any time. And that's why the Spy Ponders, I don't think they look at Belmont and say, well, that's a team that we can't compete with. Certainly is a team they can compete with, and Yardimi is a player that they believe they can defend, because they've done it in the past, and they've defended players as good and better than him.
Offense clicking a little bit tonight for the Spy Ponders. Again, getting a lot of good shots. If there's an area where the Spy Ponders have struggled on the season, it's they get some offensive brownouts. They will effectively execute, but then they'll go for a 3-4 minute stretch without getting points.
Well, I was watching a Spy Ponder game from last week, and there was a color commentator, Rob Anthony, who was mentioning that sometimes the ball sticks on one side for the Spy Ponders. I thought that was an outstanding and acute observation. And I think that if there's been one criticism this year of their offense, that's it. It goes to one side and it stays. When they go to both sides, even if they do it deliberately and to just simply do it, that they have much more success.
So Owen Olsen steps into the game and plays some very pestering defense. However, that's number 13, Mike Macbeth, a senior captain for 2. Stoneham's interesting that I've never seen this before. They have 3 captains and none of them start for the team. So, and they are all the captains are seniors.
Well, it's funny, Rob. Beautiful finish there by Capillion. You talk about captains, and in this day and age, we've kind of gotten mixed up on what the true meaning of a captain is. Is the captain a leader, or is the captain a talented player? If the captain's a leader, it could be anybody on the team. Right. I had captains when I was coaching who literally got DNP CDs. But I always pointed these players. They were a captain because they led the team. They were the players that had the best attitude, that tried their best all the time, came in encouraging others, and that's I strongly suspect that's what's going on here with Stoneham and their captains.
80 to 34, Spy Ponders, 2:18 left in the ball game. And Owen Olsen just made a really nice dish to Jelani Joshua, and this is a nice game for Olson to get a little taste of varsity action as a sophomore.
I love Olson. He's crafty. I've said it many times, a little crafty little player. And Olson is a player that could really help you come tournament time. And that's why we've talked ad nauseum, Professor, about there are no meaningless minutes on a basketball court at the varsity level. All these players here, whether they're starters, whether they're players that are coming in just now like Olson, there are minutes to be had everywhere on this team, whether it's late in the rotation, whether it's a mid-rotation player moving up to be a starter. The healthy competition on a basketball team is what makes you grow.
80-34 Spy Ponders in the waning minutes. We should mention that the JV team had a commanding win tonight also against the Spy Ponders. I don't have the JV's exact record, but they've got an outstanding record also, something like, I want to say 11-3 of that flavor. And a lot of talent. I saw some of the JV game, last couple games. A lot of talent at the JV level. So if Olson as a sophomore is stepping up to varsity action, this is a player who's thought very highly of in the program.
Unbelievably highly, and I did a JV game for the Spy Ponders, and I thought they were effective, aggressive, and talented for a junior varsity. Coach Woods always has that squad hopping and popping. So they're going to get superior effort, but I don't know about you, Rob. I thought there was some real talent down there, and with the talent we see in the varsity level, that bodes well for the immediate future of the Spy Ponders, as in next year.
What would you say the purpose of a JV team is? To get philosophical for a second, how do you use it's a baseball discussion, right? How do you use the minor league squad? How do you use the JV squad if you're the Arlington
JV
program?
squads, you're learning how to win on a basketball court. The varsity level, you're trying to win, right? But JVs are learning how to win by being a good teammate and then learning what you can and can't do on a basketball court with regards to your talent. And it's a process. It's about confidence and it's about experience more than anything else. When I was coaching the JVs, the one thing that I could give them that they wanted more than anything else is to try to prepare them for what was going to happen. You're going to feel like this. It's going to be like this. This team's going to be fast. It's going to feel that, they just didn't know. They don't know what it's like. And once they do know what it's like, then they can start having confidence to be the best they can be. And you learn that at the junior varsity level. You learn that at the varsity level, you're going to struggle, plain and simple, because if you're trying something for the first time, usually you're not very good at it.
And to the hoop, that's Mike Macbeth. That's his fourth point of the ball game. We're into the final 45 seconds of play. 80-38 Spy Ponders. I got to do it, partner Coach Zwick. This game is in the refrigerator. The door is closed. The lights are out. The eggs are cooling.
The Jell-O jiggling?
The Jell-O is jiggling, and the butter?
It's getting hard.
Yes, it is. We are done, and then I tell you, we're up in the bird's nest high above the southern sideline, and the eggs aren't cooling, and the butter is melting up here. But 2 more points for Jonathan Kapelian. Kind of warms his heart. We are to the final 25 seconds of play.
Now, speaking of junior varsity and bench players, this team has not given up effective execution, no matter who's been in the game, and that bodes well for the state of the program, especially at this point in the season. That shows me that these players are dialed in and aggressive in learning and attempting to get better, as they won't take a shot and let this salt away a big W for the Spy Ponders.
And time runs out, and the Spy Ponders nab their 10th win in Middlesex League play, 11th win overall with a final score. Arlington 82, Stoneham Spartans 40. Coach Zwick, that is certainly a feel-good win for Arlington, but they came out with a purpose on defense and did what they, accomplished what they wanted to. And feel good or no feel good, they took some strides tonight.
I think there's a lot to feel good about the Spy Ponders. I thought they took what they've been working on in practice, effectively executed it in game situation. Their aggression stayed high. Their defense stayed attacking and forward. There were tons of deflection steals. The play by Nick Corrales was game-changing and season-altering because he hasn't been here all year. Gascoigne was effective. McNamara was rock solid. The babyface assassin always is. Excuse me. And the football players, Swift, McGivory, and who else? The football players. C.S. Grant is football.
Swift and McGivory. Joey Pazzi, he was not with the team tonight. Neither was Miles Hess.
Right, and but I just thought that everybody played their role. If there's one thing happened tonight, everybody stayed in their lane, did what they do well. Nobody tried to do something they're not capable of. They stayed on point. They were aggressive, and it's a big W for the Spy Pioneers because it bodes well for practice tomorrow and then Winchester on Friday.
So to recap the scoring, 82-40 Arlington over Stoneham. For the Stoneham Spartans, James Katowski had 11, Max Vetrano Olsen had 10 with 2 big threes, and Mike Pachuto ended up with 11 points, most damage in the second half. For the Spy Ponders, very balanced scoring attack. They they were led by James Gascoigne, who had 20. Stephen McGilvray had 12. Jelani Joshua had 11. Brendan McNamara with 8. Sam Swift with 7. Philip Cherry Jr. and Will Clifford both with 5. Nick Corrales and Ilian Cianez Grant and Jonathan Capillion all had 4. And let's talk ACMi Players of the Game, and then we will go to the Bing Bang Boom Award. Who do you call for the Player of the Game, Scott?
Well, I'll take Stoneham, and you can take the Spy Ponders because that's going to be a little more difficult. I'll throw the tough one to you. But for Stoneham, I just thought that James Katowski, the effective guard, he never stopped trying. He had some difficult turnovers and had some challenges on offense, but I just thought his effort level stayed high and personified what a varsity basketball player in the Middlesex League is all about. So Katowski's my player of the game.
That's a good call there, and my player of the game for the Spy Ponder is going to be Nick Corrales, and I'm going to give it to Nick, obviously, for his dominant performance on defense and his 7 steals. He makes the steals look easy, and on a night when the Spy Ponders did a lot of damage offensively at the hoop, I would credit Corrales for setting the tone and setting them up for turning defense into offense. They got early offense off his steals, and he really set the pace. Stoneham didn't know what to do with that pressure, and he had a large say in why. So ACMi Player of the Game goes to Nick Corrales. Bing, bang, boom.
Before we go to Bing Bang, I just want to just pile on to the piggyback of the Nick Corrales. They're a different team with Nick Corrales, period, end of story. They're a different team. And maybe he does a lot of things that some other players can also do, but now they don't rely as much on those players to do it. So he makes everybody more effective.
Great point.
And that's why he's a game changer more than anything else. So the Bing Bang Boom Award, not necessarily, though I thought he was outstanding tonight, but James Gascoigne, he scored his 1,000th point on the road last game. That's kind of a cumulative achievement, and we've been rooting for James up here for several years. He's a 4-year varsity player. He's continued to really try and improve, and he's going to Emerson next year. They're lucky to have him, and he's lucky to go there. It's a marriage made in heaven. I think it's going to be outstanding for him. But my Big Bang Boom Award goes to James Gascoigne.
That is an outstanding call there, Coach. And let's take a look at the road ahead for the Arlington Spy Ponders. They play this Friday, the 8th, at home against Winchester. That's a 5:30 start. The girls will play after that. And then they have a big home game next Tuesday, the 12th, against Belmont. They will finish the season with 2 games on Valentine's Day at Reading and on the 19th at home against Central from Springfield, Massachusetts, and then we'll have postseason play. So once again, the final score for our producer and cameraman tonight, Alex Van Thong, the coach Scott Zwick. I'm Rob Anthony. It is Arlington Spy Ponders 82, Stoneham Spartans 40, and stay tuned for the postgame show.
And we're back. Welcome to the postgame show. I'm here with senior Stephen McGivelry. Stephen, it was an outstanding game for you. You know, we were mentioning on the broadcast about how it's taking maybe a little while to find what shot works for you at the varsity level. What's been that like, kind of finding which shots work for you and how you can be effective out there?
I definitely say just like in the post, definitely in the post. I'm a lefty, so I like using the lefty post hook. I like moves off that. Mostly in the post.
At the tin, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You were real effective out there. You know, it looked like the team had kind of maybe a little bit of an extra pep in their step. Yeah. Tell me about how practice has been going lately.
Yeah, especially the last few days. We've had great practices. We brought the energy. We just high energy in all the drills, like counting out loud in all the drills, talking on defense, which is a big part, and I think it helps in the game.
It showed. It did. You really looked like a team that was ready to step up and improve, make the next level. You looked phenomenal tonight. Good luck the rest of the way, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back right after this.
My name is Max Tuluka, and if you're interested in pursuing a career in sports media, come on down to Studio B at 892 Mass Ave in Arlington.
And we're back. I'm here with senior captain James Gascoigne. James, we were not able to see you score your 1,000th point. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But tell us a little bit about, give us some insight about, 1,000 points is an achievement award that over a long period of time. Tell us about, was that on your mind for a long period of time? What's it like as the games progress and you're getting towards 1,000?
Well, obviously it was a goal. It's been a goal for a while, but in games I didn't really think about it too much. I just kind of let it come to me, and then a couple games back, Bola told me I was about 75 away, and then I started counting down a little bit.
So well, it must feel really good to kind of get that now out of the way, and now pointing forward, you looked real confident out there tonight.
Yeah. A little stress off my back just to know I got there.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about tonight. I was talking with James McGivelry, and he was saying that, you've had some real effective practices of late. Do you see the same thing, that, the good practices is showing itself in the game?
Yeah, for sure. Coach Bowler came to me, and he just said he wants everyone going as hard as they can because, the minutes, anyone can get minutes. As you saw tonight, everyone played. So minutes are up for grabs. So, yeah, everyone's just going hard in practice and, doing the best they can.
They sure are. So, you got to stretch. You got Winchester and then Belmont coming in here. So it doesn't get easier. What are the things that you can do in practice to kind of, get the team focused and ready? As a captain, what are the things that you're looking to do to help others?
Just communicate with everybody, make everyone feel welcome and confident on the court.
It shows out there the team is really together and pointed in the right direction. So we also, we know you're going to Emerson College. Tell us a little bit about, what your goals are for this year, and then, looking forward, to Emerson.
Well, for this year, I want to go as far as we can in the state playoffs. And then for Emerson, just get the starting spot. They got a lot of the young players on the team, so hopefully I can get a starting spot and then just repeat the process.
Right, exactly. Start over again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a great attitude. James, it's been a pleasure to, work with you and watch you progress over the years. I'm always impressed with your professionalism, your steadiness, and more importantly, more than anything else, the way you encourage others and have a positive attitude. So keep it up, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.
Sounds good.
Great. We'll be back right after this. And we're back. I'm here with Jelani Joshua. Jelani, it was an outstanding game. You guys really had a pep in your step, but you really had a pep in your step when you went up high and came down hard with that big dunk in the second half. Tell us what was going through your mind then.
We've been talking about it for a while, and my team, they expected it out of me, and I was feeling it. I had the adrenaline in me, so I got it, and I went up there.
So when you were up, was there any doubt, or did you were like, I have this all the way, or?
Honestly, when I went up, I didn't even know I put it in. I had to look up for a second, and I paused. I was like, oh, shoot.
Bing, bang, boom, absolutely. So, but we also saw you executing, more traditional basketball, rebounding, hustle plays, moving your feet on defense. Tell me about what the process is like every single day trying to get better.
In practice, the bigs, me, Steve, James, Joey, we push each other so we can be better in the games. So we go hard in practice. So, it translates into the games.
It sure does. And the two players we were just talking to, they both were saying that you've had effective practices. Could you feel that in practice, that energy in practice the last couple of days?
Yes, most definitely. We do feel. I do feel that energy because both sides, we get very competitive, so we push each other to as hard as we can.
You sure do, and it shows out there the results. And anytime you can go up high and come down hard like you did, it's got to be a great feeling. Yeah. So good luck the rest of the way, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Congratulations. All right, so we'll be back right after this. Bing, bang, boom.
You are watching ACMi Sports' coverage of Arlington basketball. Where would you rather be than right here and right now?
And Rob Anthony here with Coach Boiler. Coach, thanks for joining us. And first of all, congratulations on a real nice win today.
Yeah, it was a great game. Everyone contributed and got to play a lot of guys. So, great. It's always great to be home playing here. And, it was a good night for us.
It was a good night, and the defense in particular, especially in the first half, just seemed like they smothered the Spartans. Full court press, created a lot of turnovers. Talk about your thoughts about the development of your defense and your press.
Yeah, I thought tonight I thought we did a great job. I think we have a lot more depth than they did. So our strategy was to get out, kind of get the tempo going up and down, so we could play a lot of guys. And we had a lot of great defensive plays. We had some great traps, stealing off the ball, and scored some easy baskets in transition.
And Nick Corrales really seems to change the complexion of this basketball team. We counted him for 7 steals in the first half, and he picks the pocket clean. Talk about Corrales' impact on the ball game.
Yeah, Nick's unbelievable. He's a 3-year starter. Defensively, he's one of the best we've ever had here, and on the ball, he's just great. He definitely doesn't make it easy for someone dribbling the ball up the court, and off the ball, he's just a great on the ball and team defender. He's always in the right spots.
Yeah, and so let's talk about the road ahead. You're in second place. The mighty Belmont Marauders loom large on the schedule. What do you have coming up to finish out the Middlesex schedule?
Yeah, so Friday night we have Winchester at home, which was a very close game over at Winchester. So it should be a tough game. And the next week we finish we have the chance to play Belmont, which will be, I think, fun. I think we didn't give our best shot the first time we played them. So I think we're looking forward to getting a chance to play them at home. And then Reading, we finish out the Middlesex League with Reading next Friday. And then we play in St. Mary's Holiday Tournament versus Springfield Central, which is the public school, biggest public school in Springfield, which will be a Division I West team, which would be a great challenge for us.
It's great to get an invitation to that. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's great. I think we've been playing a lot of big tournaments in February, which I think helped get us ready for the state tournament.
Right. Okay, well, good luck on that, Coach. And once again, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on a big win.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
And that'll be it for tonight. For our producer, Alex Van Thong, Scott Zwick, I'm Rob Anthony with the final score, Arlington 82 and the Stoneham Spartans 40.